Cool. I'm Fred, long-term Rubyist, Ruby Hero 2012, if you remember that thing. This presentation is also brought to you courtesy of 3 pubs I went to last night. But I had been thinking about it before. It's also my cat's idea. There's Elrond. And what we'd like to pitch is Manchester 2024, like for Euruko, not for the European Cycling City of the Year, which Manchester is also bidding for, but that's separate. But this is where Manchester is, if you didn't know. It's home to amazing universities, sport clubs, architecture, culture. It's one of the most diverse cities in the UK. The UK as a whole has a great set of Ruby communities. So there's Elrug down here in London. So I'm one of the organizers at Elrug. We have, a monthly meetup, 50 or so people every month. So if you are in London on the second Monday of the month, do come and visit us, especially if you have a talk to give. We'll love you forever. There's Scott Ruby up in the north, Southwest Ruby in the southwest, and in Bristol, and of course NW Rug in Manchester itself, who also don't really know that I'm pitching this. But I did talk to them at a conference a few months ago, and they seemed interested in the idea. This is also Manchester, or like the Manchester Mark I. One of the first stored program computers, like a computer where you program it by putting data into it rather than by pulling cables at the back. So called the Manchester because it was developed in Manchester at the University of Manchester by many people, including Alan Turing, who was the deputy director of the computer lab there for several years. Manchester also has canals. So there's one that goes all the way to the Irish Sea. And because it's got a canal, it can claim to be a Venice of the North. I actually found out there are a lot of cities that claim to be the Venice of the North. So this is the full list according to Wikipedia. Manchester is here, so it's on the list. There are several other past and maybe future Euruko hosts on the list, but we're in good company. There's a lot of history before that. So Mancunium, Roman fort, and the adjective of people who come from Manchester is Mancunian, so they've kept that bit. The oldest surviving intercity train station. Rails and Ruby are closely related. And yeah, there's huge amounts of culture, cool stuff, art galleries, music. It's where Oasis comes from. They also have some people who can play football if you're into that. They have food, everything from kebabs to Michelin stars and curry. And you're right on the doorstep of the Peak District, which is like the most beautiful English countryside you can imagine. It's easy to get to, and this is the Ryanair route map for Manchester. EasyJet flies to lots of other places, to Manchester, to lots of places. There's other nearby airports like Birmingham, you can get the train. So yeah, I think everyone can get there. But yeah, vote for Manchester.